So every year I put together a list of the 10 best Saints of that season. This would be the 4th year in a row that I'm putting together that list. And typically what we do is we gather up the best of the best as far as Saints reporters, Saints podcasters, Saints personalities, the guys and gals that know the team well, and allow each one of them to talk about one of the specific 10 people on the list. They actually select the list based on where they fall in the order, and those 10 players are picked, hand selected by those personalities. This year, granted, I have been pretty lazy, so I haven't gotten around to it, but I'm not going to not release this video. So here are the 10 best New Orleans Saints from the 2025 season based on PFF rankings with a little bit of explanation in between. Here we go. At number 10, linebacker Pete Werner. Pete Werner's PFF grade was 56.4. Werner played in all 17 games for the first time in his career, totaling 81 tackles. He served as the primary will linebacker, often cleaning up plays that Demario Davis funneled towards him. Why was his grade so high? His value was in his availability and his consistency, while his coverage grade, 48.1, struggled at times. He remained a top-tier run defender. PFF credited him with 30 stops. That's tackles that constitute an offensive failure. He was one of the few players on the roster to log over 650 defensive snaps without a significant drop-off in effort or health. Number 9, safety Jonas Sanker. PFF graded him 62.4. A standout rookie, Sanker earned a massive 92.2 single-game grade in a Week 15 win over the Jets, which Brandon Staley called the best performance by a Saints safety all year. He finished with 77 tackles and 2 interceptions. Why was his number so high? Sanker was a tackling machine. He ranked 21st among all NFL safeties in total tackles despite being a rookie. PFF specifically highlighted his run defense grade, 73.6, which ranked 36th out of nearly 100 qualifying safeties. He played with a veteran's poise, rarely missing assignments in the deep half. At number 8, we've got tackle Talisi Fuaga. His PFF grade was 64.5. After moving back into his natural right tackle position mid-season, thanks to the arrival of rookie Kelvin Banks Jr. at left tackle, Fuaga played stabilized. He played 814 offensive snaps and allowed only 4 sacks. So why was his grade so high? His pass blocking consistency was his calling card. He posted a 66.2 pass blocking grade, surrendering only 28 total pressures on over 500 pass blocking snaps. For a sophomore tackle in the league struggling for line depth, those are elite durability and efficiency numbers. At number 7, defensive end Carl Granderson. Granderson got a PFF grade of 65.2. Granderson was the Iron Man on the defensive line, playing 763 snaps. He finished the season with 6 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, and a surprising career first interception in the season finale. So why was his number so high? Granderson's high ranking comes from his volume of work. He ranked 4th among all edge defenders in total tackles and 15th in total snaps. PFF rewards edge players who can stay on the field for all 3 downs. His 64.4 run defense grade ensured he wasn't just a pass rushing specialist, but a complete defender. At number 6, cornerback Alontae Taylor. Taylor's PFF grade was 67.7. Taylor evolved into a premier star defender, nickel corner. He was the team's second leading tackler at 83 combined stops and added 2 sacks on corner blitzes. So why was his number so high? PFF loved his versatility in the slot. He was particularly effective in zone coverage, where he earned an 80.3 grade. By leading all Saints cornerbacks in tackles and ranking near the top of the league in pass breakups, he proved he could handle the most physically demanding role in the secondary. All right, so we have reached the halfway point in the list. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the SeatGeek promo code, John Butler. Save yourself $20 every time you pick up tickets. 2026 is going to be a great season to grab some Saints tickets, especially the way things are looking already. Can't wait to see what the draft and free agency brings. In any event, let's get back to the list.
5.
At number 5, center Eric McCoy. McCoy's PFF grade was 67.9. Before a bicep injury in week 7, McCoy was arguably a top 3 center in football. His 449 snaps, he was starting over. At number 5, center Eric McCoy. McCoy's PFF grade was 67.9. Before a bicep injury in week 7, McCoy was arguably a top 3 center in football. In his 449 snaps, he was virtually perfect. So why was his grade so high? 84.1 pass blocking grade is nearly unheard of for a center over a 7-game stretch. He allowed 0 sacks and 0 quarterback hits before his injury. PFF weighs efficiency heavily, and McCoy's efficiency was the best on the entire Saints offense while he was active.
4.
At number 4, cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry. PFF grade of 69.5. McKinstry became a lockdown artist in his second year, playing 1,075 snaps. He led the team's secondary with 12 pass breakups and 3 interceptions. So why was his grade so high? He was the definition of reliable. His 71.4 coverage grade was bolstered by a lack of big plays allowed. He was rarely targeted deep because his positioning was so sound. He finished the season as one of the highest graded youth corners NFC.
3.
At number 3, defensive end Chase Young, with a PFF grade of 78.0. Young was a nightmare for opposing offensive lines. He recorded 10 sacks and 21 quarterback hits in only 12 games. So why so high? Young's pass rush win rate was among the league's elite. PFF credited him with 66 total pressures, a staggering number considering he missed 5 games. When he was on the field, the Saints' pressure rate jumped by nearly 12%, making him the most impactful per-snap defender on the roster.
2.
At number 2, and tied with Chase Young with a 78-point PFF grade, wide receiver Chris Olave. Olave carried the offense with 100 catches for 1,163 yards. He was particularly dominant in the intermediate game of 10 to 19-yard passes, where he caught over 70% of his targets. Why was his number so high? Olave excelled in yards per route run. Even with the revolving door at quarterback behind Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler, Olave's 79.7 receiving grade was elite. PFF specifically noted his 82.5 grade from the slot, proving he has become a complete multi-positional threat.
1.
And finally, at number 1, with a PFF grade of 80.3, linebacker Demario Davis. The captain of the defense led the team with 143 tackles and added 2 forced fumbles. He remained the only linebacker in the NFL over the age of 35 to play over 95% of his team's defensive snaps. Why was his grade so high? He earned a monstrous 88.9 run defense grade, which was second among all NFL linebackers. PFF system heavily rewards linebackers who trigger fast on runs and fill gaps before the runner reaches the second level. Davis's ability to see the play before it happened made him the highest graded Saint in 2025. Well, there you have it, folks. The top 10 Saints of 2025, according to PFF. Who did they miss? There's a couple of names that really jump off the page to me. I know a lot of fans certainly love Tyler Shuck and what he did. Granted, he didn't have a full season in, but what about Cam Jordan? Gets another double-digit sack season this late in his career. Deserves some love on this list. Who else you got? Let me know in the comments. Who dat, everybody? We'll see you soon.